Patreon?
Did you know that PWU has a Patreon? No? Well, now you do. You can get things like exclusive videos and merchandise, vote on polls for upcoming videos, and so much more. To find the full list of things that you can get by being a patron, head over to patreon.com/PWUnlimited today.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast here on the final day of May, May 30th, 2018. It is the final day, right? 30 days in May?
I believe it is the final day of May, so congratulations to all of you that had a rough month. You made it through another month. You guys
no, tomorrow. It's a 31 month.
Well, guess what? You guys are almost through a month. If it was a hard month, I'm sorry, but you're getting through it. If it was an easy month, then hopefully next month is even easier. What's big next month? June. What happens in June? My brother's birthday is on the 4th.
Like big as far as non-wrestling or wrestling? Because wrestling is Money in the Bank's the big thing.
No, Money in the Bank, Wrestling Dominion.
Oh, yeah, I'm staying awake for that.
Dude, absolutely. What day is Dominion? The 9th?
I want to say the 9th or the 6th. Is it the 9th or the 6th? I should know this.
Go look it up. I'm going to say hi to chat. We got Nicole Polish. She says 31. Thank you. Jeff Guevara, Fonzie, and Woken King Slender. What is going on? Guys, thank you for being here. Yeah, there's 31 days. You're almost done with it, fellas and lady fellas. E3 is apparently in
E3, yes. E3.
June. Ooh, most graduations happen right now. Suprit, where in the world is there a post office still open?
Hawaii?
Oh, that's true, huh?
Maybe. I don't know.
Gregory
Yeah, the 9th.
Well. Yeah, Derek, there was no notification today. I didn't get one as well. So
all right,
sucks.
so if it's Saturday the 9th, that means it's going to air for us in the United States. It's going to air overnight Friday, Saturday morning then.
Good Lord. Well, at least it's a Friday for...
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people are probably almost on summer break. Who here is graduating next month? Who here is graduating next month? Tim, what did you do after your graduation? Did you, have a party? Did you get fucked up?
Basically the entire graduating class went to the bowling alley for the whole night. They rented out the whole bowling alley.
That's pretty cool. You know
and it was like a week or two before, we all went to Disneyland.
Well, yeah, everyone does that.
Well, yeah.
Everyone does that.
They do the whole grad night at Disneyland where they close well, they don't really close the park. They leave it open from and they kick everybody out at 8 p.m. and they let all the graduating seniors stay till 8 a.m. or something like that. Some ridiculous 12-hour deal.
But we do have some wrestling to talk about.
Oh, hey, look at Teddy's comment.
Lying asshole out in Phoenix. Gripping my consensual penis.
Oh.
God damn, that song. The first time I listened to it, it was awful. Second time I listened to it, it was okay. Third time, holy shit, I'm rapping along to it. I mean, we could talk about Enzo Amore here for a minute. You see him coming back?
Me?
After the song?
No.
You think he'll come back?
I mean, here's the thing. If they call him, he won't say no, I don't think. Now, do they call him? I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I guess if the hand is offered, he'd say yes.
Right.
But I think he'd have much more success going to Impact. I'm telling you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I think he would have a lot more success going to Impact.
Yes.
Because in Impact, you don't need to be a super good wrestler.
True.
Yes, they have some phenomenal wrestlers like Tessa Blanchard in there, but you don't need to be a great wrestler. And he's got the mic skills. He has it.
Oh, he's got that, no problem.
He has the mic skills, and fuck it.
No, I did see something on Twitter.
Better rapper than I am.
I saw someone asking before, they were like, with Enzo cleared and everything, could he go to Ring of Honor? I don't see him fitting in Ring of Honor.
No, Ring of Honor seems too... I don't want to say I want to say wholesome.
I was just thinking more traditional.
No, I wouldn't say traditional. I would just say they're very wholesome.
Right.
They don't want something like that in there, but CZW, I feel like he would fit.
I don't think Enzo's going to go anywhere that doesn't have a way for him to be seen. Like CZW is kind of a smaller company where you don't really see most of their shows and stuff. And it's if Enzo's going to do something, he's going to do something that he can get his brand out there. That's what I feel.
Do you think if PWG ever gets their streaming service, he'd go to there?
I mean, a lot of people would probably go there if they got a streaming service. I mean, a lot of people will still go there regardless, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Woken King Slender, I see what you say here, is Enzo should reject WWE. He doesn't need them and they'll treat him like crap. I don't know. I mean, even if you're still getting treated like shit by the WWE, you're still with the WWE. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I don't care if I walk out every night and get kicked in the dick by Khali. I mean, I'm still getting paid.
I mean, apparently on his, I think it was his Insta story, he teased coming out with another rap song.
Please don't.
I think. Let me go back and check it.
Please don't. Oh, for the love of God, please don't.
Real one?
Put Enzo in TOD? What is that? Tournament of Death. Oh, fuck. Put him in a barbed wire rope match. Good Lord.
It says hashtag bury me.
No, that was part of his rap.
Oh, well, no. This was just posted 16 hours ago.
No.
And it looks like a new music video that he's got on his computer. It says hashtag bury me, ... a casket on fire. Should I drop this Monday?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
And then he also posted, I'm going to send you a screenshot.
I don't know.
The lyrics to Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, he dropped the lyrics. I saw that as well. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to see Enzo back? Honestly, would you want to see him? Tim, would you want to see him?
I wouldn't care either way, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It'd be cool, but I'm not gonna cry rivers over if it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna be a big deal to me. His rap was okay. Yeah, I mean, for a wrestler, his rap was fine. It's no better than guys like
I got it.
Tatache 6ix9ine or whatever. What? John
Cena versus Enzo in a rap off.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Nicole, Jesus Christ, just wants death upon everybody. Yeah, he's no better than like Tekashi 6ix9ine, Lil Pump, all those fucking people. He's no better than them. I mean, with any rapper, I guess if you just find a gimmick, it works for you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Tim, do you use PWUnlimited as your Instagram, or do you have a personal one? We have a PWUnlimited one. I don't know if Tim has a personal one.
I do have a personal one.
Ashton Tyler says no Enzo. I mean, like I said, I couldn't care less. But we do have some other stuff to talk about today. Continuing on here. There's some stuff going on with CM Punk right now.
Yes.
So why don't you tell them about it?
All right, let me pull up the notes from today. So basically, CM Punk is in court. He's in court. He's being sued by... It's him and Colt Cabana. They're being sued by WWE ringside physician Chris Amon. Now, back in 2014, it was like October, November 2014. They were on Colt Cabana's podcast, and CM Punk said some things that I guess made Amon seem like a bad doctor, if you want to go that route. Mm-hmm. Stating that Amon let him wrestle with a concussion and let him wrestle with a cyst on his back that turned into a staph infection.
Good Lord.
And so Amon said, oh, no, that's not true. That is defamation of character. I'm suing you. Years later, like it's been going on for like a year and a half, 2 years now, even though the allegations were made on the podcast 4 years ago almost.
4 years.
2014, almost 4 years. So they go to court, and yesterday they play the whole podcast for it's not just in court, it's in trial. Like there's a jury and everything. They play the whole podcast for everybody to hear, the jury and all that. So that way, they have all the context on what exactly was said.
Now, I wish our podcast was played in a fucking courtroom.
Now...
Well, I'm just trying to imagine this episode being listened to in a courtroom, and there's just some white old woman that just hears me screaming, "Consensual penis!" And she's like, "What? Huh?
Lying asshole in Phoenix.
Lying asshole in Phoenix."
Anyways, so today they actually showed the jury and everything a bunch of text messages and emails between Punk and Amon about antibiotics and whatnot between 2012 and 2014, and Amon's saying that he only gave Punk antibiotics once for a sinus infection.
I feel like that's something that's very easy to prove.
So Punk So the whole thing was Punk said he got the staph infection. WWE told him he was fine, gave him some random antibiotics because he was hurting or whatever. And he went to AJ's personal doctor, his wife, AJ Lee. And the doctor was like, this thing is bad. This thing could like have gotten worse. And Punk said the worst pain he was ever in was when that doctor popped that cyst.
Oh, God.
So today they just talked about, you know, all the text messages and the correspondence between Punk and Amon, and how if Amon was such a bad doctor, why was he trying to get Punk out of the 2014 Royal Rumble after Punk got, I think it was like, something happened and Punk suffered a concussion in the match, and Amon was the ringside doctor trying to get Punk to get out of the match. Punk wouldn't leave the match, stating that it wasn't his quote-unquote time to leave the match, so they had Kane come down and just dump him out of the Rumble. And here's the thing, though. They asked Amon on stand, has any of these allegations against you that you're saying has defamed your character, hurt your job with the WWE? And he said, no. So that's making a lot of people think that he has no case here. Now, I'm not a lawyer or I'm going to say that I know the court system, but from everything that we're hearing so far, it does seem like it's in favor of Punk. Because if this guy's saying that, you know, defamation of character, it's hurt my work and my line of work and my credibility as a doctor, if he hasn't gotten fired or lost any work from the WWE, okay, now he does have a private practice. I don't know if this has affected that private practice, but the one thing that he did say today on the stand was that he was ridiculed by fans after this podcast came out, both on Twitter and fans having signs in the arenas.
I mean, what do you expect? You're going up against Punk.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going up against
The dude wants $1 million, basically.
You're going up against one of the most over non-professional wrestlers in the world. You're going over a guy that's more over by not even being in the company than anyone that's in the company.
Right.
And you seem shocked that people are going to fucking make fun of you for thinking you're going to win this case?
Well, no, he said
Bullshit.
that all these people that were tweeting him and bringing the signs to the arenas and stuff was before he filed anything, I guess you could say. Anyways, to me, like I said, I'm not a lawyer or, you know the court system greatly.
I do. I went to law school for a couple of years.
Okay. Well, yeah. To me, it looks like Punk should win this unless they find something, like something comes out that no one's ever known about or something. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Let's talk about something happy.
SmackDown. Going to Fox. Did you hear about the big meeting? All the details are out about this meeting that the WWE and Fox had.
Oh, yeah. Talking Smack might come back.
I don't think it's going to be Talking Smack. And we don't even know if that's going to happen. Okay. That was just something awful.
So basically, WWE was offered a studio-style show.
Well, here's everything that went down.
Why don't we talk about that
So, according to a report from The Hollywood Reporter... Now, first let me say, The Wrap has a new article out as well, stating that everything they are hearing, SmackDown will stay live. So that's cool. Now, the big article today came from The Hollywood Reporter. They state that WWE's meeting with Fox came the day after Fox was legally allowed to speak with WWE. The meeting came, I think it was May 17th. WWE had exclusive, like there was a window where they can negotiate with NBC Universal to bring Raw and SmackDown back to USA or whatever they wanted to do, and they weren't allowed to speak with any other TV companies. Mm-hmm. Now, that expired at 5 p.m., I don't know if it was Pacific or Eastern time, on May 16th. And Fox found out when that date was and set the meeting up for the 17th, the next day. That's how committed they were to trying to get WWE. Now, there was a lot of executives. I don't remember all the names offhand. There's a lot of executives from Fox there, like Rupert Murdoch, who pretty much owns Fox. I think his son or somebody in his family was on the phone for the call. Stephanie was there. Triple H was there. Michelle Wilson was there. George Barrios was there. And a couple other representatives on the WWE's half. Mm-hmm. So apparently they got there, went into the 44th floor, into a conference room on the 44th floor of the Manhattan offices of 21st Century Fox. And when they went in, there was an enormous TV set up in the room with a picture of Ronda Rousey from WrestleMania 34 with Triple H on her shoulders. And on the photo, they put the Fox Sports and the Fox Sports 1 logo.
Good.
So they go into this meeting, and apparently, according to Rupert Murdoch, he says that NBC has been embarrassed with the WWE product, which I don't know why that would come up or why you would say
what
that,
is there to be embarrassed
or
about?
where he even got that from. That's the one thing. Nobody knows where he got that from, and I want to know how the Hollywood Reporter got all these details. Like, who's telling them all this? Anyways, so they go on to say that Fox pitches to them that they're not going to treat them like NBC does, a TV show. They're not going to treat them just like another TV show. They're going to treat them like as if they're signing with another sports league, as if when they bring in, they have football, they have soccer, they have baseball, they have NASCAR, they have a lot of different sports properties. And they're going to advertise them as such. When there's a game on or a race or whatever you want to call it as far as a sporting event, they're going to promote WWE SmackDown. Now, when you look at, here's the weird thing. When you look at USA Network, how much USA do you actually watch other than WWE?
On the rare occurrence that I want to watch 97,000 reruns of NCIS and CSI.
Do you ever see a WWE commercial during any of those?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was thinking today too. Unless
I don't think I've ever. I remember when SmackDown was first coming over.
Though, yeah, that was different. But I mean, unless it's during Raw or SmackDown, you don't see commercials for WWE. I mean,
okay.
Sometimes you will on like late Sunday night where they say tomorrow's Raw or something, or like the hour leading into Raw during Modern Family. But other than that, USA doesn't even promote that Raw's coming on.
I do want to.
Or SmackDown.
I do want to mention something. You talked about how they don't want to treat them as just another television show.
Right.
They want to treat them as a sporting event. Well, here's the issue. That's what WWE isn't. They're not really a sporting event. They're entertainment. They're a TV show.
True, but they're going to advertise them as such.
Yeah, I get
to give them a little more legitimacy, I guess you could say, as far as realistic, if that made sense.
I mean, when is WWE ever worried about realistics?
I mean, they're not worried. As long as they get paid their $205 million a year, they'll let them do whatever they want.
I guess if they're making boatloads of money, I guess it's not that big of a deal. But I don't know. I guess I'm looking at it. In my head, I'm thinking this is Fox is pitching it to you, a fan, as a sporting event, and kind of leaving out the entertainment side, which I don't know how I feel about that.
But when you watch WWE, you're supposed to, quote unquote, believe it's real.
Yeah, but I think WWE has become very self-aware with realizing that they're not the realest thing on the planet.
Well, yeah. So they go on to say that while pitching that they're going to treat them like a sport and they're going to promote them during all their different sporting events, they say that they were also offered a weekly studio show on Fox Sports 1. Now, whether that is something along the lines of like they have, I don't know how often they run it.
Oh my God, I know what it could be.
What?
Oh my God, it could be like fucking, oh God, Bring It to the Table.
Well, no. Exactly what I was thinking is, how, so Fox is losing UFC. UFC is going to ESPN. On Fox Sports 1, I don't know how often during the week they run it, but they have UFC Tonight, a studio show where their host and a couple other UFC fighters talk about what went down this week in the UFC. So I'm thinking they can take that studio and that time slot or whatever and give that to WWE. But here's the question. If they do this studio show on Fox Sports 1, will it be done by WWE or will it be done by Fox?
Well, assumably if it's done by Fox... That's a really good point.
Because I believe, the UFC Tonight show, they've got Rashad Evans, they've got Kenny Florian, they've got Michael Bisping, Tyron Woodley. They're all employed on this show, not by the UFC, by Fox.
But you can't do that with the WWE because...
If WWE allows it.
Because the WWE is fucking fake. You can't... You know what I mean? Like, you can't have hey, it's Sunday night here, and we're going to be talking what could happen this week on Raw and SmackDown.
Well, no, it can be like you just said, kind of similar to, it could be like a mix of Bring It to the Table and Talking Smack.
I I mean, I'm just afraid that they want to go the route of like MLB Tonight or
like MLB Whip Around.
Yeah, where they're kind of like they're legitimately talking about
right.
what could happen, but when it's things like it's already booked, then at that point you got to make sure that these hired Fox guys aren't.
Well, I would assume they get somebody like a Rosenberg or a Sam Roberts to host it, and then they bring in like a wrestler,
McAfee,
and then they bring in a wrestler or two,
Pat
or they say screw it, give us Renee,
Pat McAfee.
Eh.
Did I mention Pat McAfee? Did I mention
another
Pat
interesting thing about Fox? So Joe Rogan was talking about working with Fox and why he only does pay-per-views now and won't work any of the Fox shows on commentary. Now, I don't think this would happen with WWE, but he said when the Fox shows are done, that's all Fox production. Fox is in their ears, not Dana White and the UFC guys, and Fox is telling them what to do and say. He said that he was doing commentary on the first Fox show with the UFC, and they were telling him what to say. They were telling him, tone it down. You're yelling too much. You're being too over the top. And he was just like, really? That's who I am. When something happens and that's how I want to react, that's how I'm going to react. So apparently he said that he went to the UFC and said, I'll still do the pay-per-views, but I ain't working with Fox anymore. So there's that thing of, is Fox going to try and take more control over some of the things on the show, or are they just going to say, hey, we're paying you this much money, WWE, don't screw it up?
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Now, the final thing I want to talk about in this Hollywood Reporter article is they do go on to say that WWE is reportedly, okay, we know, $205 million a year from Fox. Well, USA and NBC Universal is going to pay them $265 million a year for Raw, 3 times what they're getting right now.
Good fucking
Also,
Lord.
They put out an offer, $350 million a year for both Raw and SmackDown. Apparently, WWE wanted more as far as keeping both shows, and that's when they said, we'll just drop SmackDown.
So I'm going to cut you off here for a second. CCW Fan 1 says, but Ring of Honor is ran on Fox on Saturday mornings. Would ROH move?
I don't think that's going to affect.
You don't think it'll affect?
I don't think it's going to affect it because that's in syndication with Sinclair. And I know I think Alvarez talked about it one time that his cable company, he was able to watch Ring of Honor. Then his cable company, for some reason, lost ABC, and he wasn't able to watch Ring of Honor because it was syndicated through their ABC network. So it just depends on where you live and where it airs.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because I know here, sometimes it's mostly on Fox on Sunday afternoons, but I've seen it on CW network as well. I think when like there's a sporting thing on and it's moved over there instead.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, well, yeah, here Fox and CW like run out of the same buildings and the same facility.
Oh, really?
I believe so, because like you'll see on CW, and you're like tonight's lineup for CW and Fox 26. So,
interesting.
Anyways.
True Flight says for me, ROH is on NESN. Are you from the Massachusetts area, buddy?
Yeah, so it just depends on
NESN is what the Red Sox are hosted on.
Right, it's just where you live and how they syndicate it through Sinclair and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's what's going down with SmackDown. They're gonna supposedly keep it on Friday or move it to Fridays, keep it live, and then everyone starts asking, well, what about 205 Live? Derek Boak says, if DirecTV, what channel will it be on? Are you talking about SmackDown? Idea. Whatever your Fox is.
2. Aren't all...
No, Fox is different everywhere. Like in LA, it's Fox 11. Here in Fresno, it's Fox 26. So it's different everywhere. Just
Ultra, no? I will absolutely talk about that in a second.
What's up?
No, we'll talk about it after. We'll talk about it later. You
said all throughout.
Huh?
You said all throughout.
No, I said Ultra. We'll talk about that in a second.
Oh, Ultra. Gotcha.
Ultra. Yeah, we'll talk about it in a second, buddy. So, what would you like to see SmackDown implement new for going back to Fridays? You want to see something? You want to see a complete brand change almost?
Well,
or keep everything the same?
I wouldn't keep everything the same. I mean, the graphics will probably change.
I really, really want the new theme song. I want Rise Up back. I know we're not going to get it. I know I'm
No, if they're going to change the theme song, it's going to be something they haven't used before.
Yeah, I know I'm barking up the wrong tree wanting something fucking back. You know what I mean?
That's like saying you want the old 2002 Raw theme song back.
Which one is that?
To get the guns, the drugs of my generation.
Yeah. I don't know. Make Nick love it? Absolutely not. That's not a real place.
Derek Book says, what do they do with the WWE Live? What do you mean?
Like the live shows? They're still going to do it.
Well, yeah, that's fine because the Friday night live shows are Raw. So now
again,
thinking, I didn't think about this before. So you know how on Mondays they do Monday Night Raw and then SmackDown runs a house show. So now they're going to do SmackDown Live on Fridays and Raw will be running a house show at the same time.
Yep. Now I want to mention this.
Uh-huh.
Picture this. It's a Friday evening. You're just chilling at home. Ain't got much to do. You flip on the television. Actually, you make a grilled cheese sandwich with turkey inside because that's how men do it. That's how normal people do it. Not men, but just normal people.
Sure.
You flip on the television and you start. If you're me, where I live, you start at channel 2 because that's the first channel on your cable box, and you go up from there. Usually it's shitty reruns of NCIS or it's Fox News, but now you're getting live pro wrestling. The viewership numbers are going to be phenomenal.
Not only are you getting live pro wrestling, you're getting live pro wrestling on
That's
broadcast television. You don't even need cable. You just need an antenna.
That's what I mean.
So,
and I think so you're going to see the illegal stream rate of a lot of SmackDown shows go down. I guarantee it.
Maybe.
Because it's so easy to watch. You can
True,
watch
but you
it.
still need to go out and buy one of them antennas. And now, it's not like back in the day you go to Radio Shack and buy an antenna for $5. Now you gotta go to Walmart and buy one of those antennas that look like a stick that you plug into the back of your TV that's $15. Because you gotta get it in clear HD, because now you can't just get an antenna and kind of watch it staticky. If it don't come in perfectly clear, it ain't gonna come in at all, because now it's all digital instead of analog.
Well, you have the Fire Stick to illegally watch everything, don't you?
Well, here's the issue with that. When you got these apps where you're watching TV channels illegally, they never really give you broadcast channels. It's always cable channels and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to go buy it, because I think there's a Fox on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it's from. Somewhere in the United States. I don't know what city it's out of, but I think there's a Fox on one of the apps I use. But it'd just be easier. I invest the $15 once, and there you go.
Right. So let's talk Money in the Bank.
Yes. Both Money in the Bank ladder matches are clear. Are full. Like, we know who's gonna be in each Money in the Bank for the most part.
Here's my deal with the Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank is a very, very easy way to create stories again, to start new rivalries, to build up a superstar, to do a lot of great things. Now, I have worries, of course, like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I have worries that the men's Money in the Bank match is going to be a little too predictable. I have a fear that the women's Money in the Bank match is going to disappoint.
Okay.
Much like it did last year. Early predictions, who do you got winning?
Now, first off, what WrestleVotes tweeted out today that he was texting with a source. Well, if it's a he, I don't even know. I'll say they were texting with a source that as of right now, plans can change, but as of right now, the men's winner's coming from SmackDown and the women's winner's coming from Raw. When you look at that, that makes these betting odds seem pretty legit, because the betting odds have always said Miz winning, and then they once said Ember. I think they once said Charlotte for like 2 days, and now it's Natty. So the betting odds, kind of side with what he did say.
Do you want Natty winning the women's Money in the Bank? Do you want her winning the women's Money in the Bank?
Who would you pick? Alexa? Sasha?
Sasha. If I had to, I'd go with Sasha.
So,
fuck it, Ember. If you really, really are high on Ember.
But
she has the ability. She may not have the mic skills, but she has the talent.
But since debuting on the main roster, how much have we actually seen of Ember? Not a lot.
Let's put it this way. Whoever wins that women's Money in the Bank from Raw has to look like a legitimate competitor with Ronda Rousey. So I think it's going to be Sasha.
That's if Ronda wins.
You think Ronda's not going to win?
Unless
really
she gets
think she's
screwed.
Who?
No,
How would she get
she'll
screwed?
probably win in less than 60 seconds.
How would she get screwed?
Stephanie.
No, they gotta end that. They gotta end that.
She's getting ready to make Natty tap, and Stephanie comes out and pulls the referee
not
so that she doesn't
Natty.
see the tap. She doesn't see the... Here's a fantasy book for you. She's got the arm bar in. Nia's about to tap. Right as she's about to tap, Stephanie comes down and pulls the referee out. Ronda gets up. She gets all distracted by Stephanie, turns around, takes a Samoan drop, a leg drop, gets pinned.
It'd be a very easy way to get her first loss out of the way.
Right?
I
You
don't
still
know.
have the thing with Stephanie, because, this whole thing has been to build up. And these initially was Stephanie versus Ronda. You did the tag match,
So there,
and then the night after Mania, you still teased Stephanie versus Ronda. So what do? Go to SummerSlam with Stephanie versus Ronda?
No.
I mean, I could be wrong, and
Are
Ronda
they
squashes her
Are
in
they
60
aiming
seconds.
for a Stone Cold Vince McMahon thing here?
I mean, it's what it looked like initially.
Because I don't like that. WWF fan 22 says, okay, I'm just putting this out here. Banks is about to grab the Money in the Bank. She has it in her hand. Bayley comes and pushes the ladder over.
So Bayley turns heel.
In theory, Bayley would turn heel there. It's definitely a possibility if they really want to give some fucking character life to the fucking derailed train that is Bayley's fucking character.
I like
Maybe
how
they
on
can do that,
SmackDown.
But I don't know what the fuck they're going to do.
I
at
like
this
how on
point with her.
SmackDown, Becky basically said she was screwed by Ellsworth last year, but didn't name Ellsworth. She was just like, I was up there at the top of the ladder, and I had my fingertips on that briefcase, and then I was pushed.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not going to happen like that this year.
No, personally, Jarmon Peoples, I don't really want Ronda and Charlotte. That doesn't sound like a good match to me.
Well, here's the thing. It couldn't be Ronda Charlotte anyways if Charlotte wins Money in the Bank, because whoever wins, you can only cash in on your brand's champion.
But Survivor Series could be the title versus title.
Well, champion versus champion, true.
I got a question. I mean, let's talk very early. What is this? Very, very early Survivor Series thoughts.
Uh-oh.
First of all, do you want to go to Survivor Series?
I was thinking about it.
It's in LA. You know who we should talk to?
I mean, I know what you're going to say.
We should talk to Sean.
Anyways.
Ooh, October 5th. October 5th in Orange County.
What about it?
Blackcraft Wrestling.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm going to get into talks with him. But, God, where was I going with this?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Do you think they're going to do those champion versus champion matches again? If so, I really want to see Brock and AJ again. I'm not going to lie.
Brock and AJ again. I don't think Brock's going to be around past SummerSlam.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Braun and AJ?
Ooh. How's chat doing? Luca Troller says, ooh, Jessica Street says, happy birthday to Nia Jax, Hornswoggle, No Way is Lane, Jake the Snake. Wasn't that yesterday?
I don't think that was today.
You ever see that picture of
All
Hornswoggle?
I know is Natty kept saying happy birthday to Nia all day on Instagram because they were filming Total Diva stuff all day today.
Asuka will beat Carmella clean. Absolutely. CCW Fan 1 says, are you guys going to All In? No, we didn't get tickets because I could not afford tickets and I wasn't quick enough to get tickets.
I can't get a flight all the way out there.
It'd be nice if we can get a flight to Chicago. But there's a pretty good chance that we'll be out at the Cow Palace in San Francisco on July 9th.
Very possible.
Well, I'll for sure be there, whether we get the thing that we're working with Sean with or not.
Right.
Whether we get that or not, we'll be there. For New Japan Pro Wrestling's, G1 special in San Francisco?
G1 special in San Francisco at the Cow Palace.
At the Cow Palace. There's no cows there. I hate to disappoint. All right, Ultra. We're going to talk about it because I see you mentioned it again, and it made me moist when I first saw it happen. Did you fucking see that Ricochet flip?
Yes.
That was fucking phenomenal. That was literally the coolest thing that I had ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Everything he does is pretty great as far as flippy.
He literally flipped over the top rope.
Yeah.
With ease. If you guys haven't seen it, I recommend looking it up. I'm going to take a look back here at chat. AJ Styles says, will Jeff Hardy and Andre happen at Money in the Bank for the U.S. title? It's too early, plus you haven't really seen Andre do anything that really, Andrade, that really makes him deserving of a title shot. Maybe if Jeff Hardy comes out and says, I want an open challenge, that's the only thing I can think of potentially happening.
Oh, they teased him and Sin Cara, so maybe throw it on the pre-show?
Yeah, why not? A lot of people failed to remember. Who did Black beat on his debut?
Aleister Black?
Yeah. Beat Andrade.
That's what I was trying to get to.
He beat Andrade. Let's fantasy book Jeff versus Andrade with the remaining SmackDowns that we have left.
With the U.S. title?
Yeah.
On the line? I think
guess
it's too early to put him in a title match. Because he hasn't done nothing but like 2 or 3 jobber matches.
True, and I think Jeff Hardy as U.S. champion right now is really fun.
Yes.
I'm really enjoying it. I think the crowd's finally enjoying it. You leave it on Jeff for a little bit longer, because the crowd loves Jeff Hardy. The crowd's always going to love Jeff Hardy. But if you leave it on him for a little bit longer, then when Andrade takes it, then he's going to be over as a natural heel. And I think that'd be cool.
Right.
I think that would be nice. I see that happening. All right, Henry McKenna, multiple last names, has been asking this for the last like 9 live shows. When is Casey Catanzaro going to make her NXT TV debut? She's been wrestling at house shows. I don't know. I thought you would know.
Catanzaro. I'm gonna Google that right now.
Yeah, go ahead and look that up. Rey Mysterio wants a new LWO faction. I don't want it. Sounds stupid. I think it'd be dumb. It would make no sense to have fucking Lince Dorado, Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio, Andrade.
Oh, she's the chick from... Is she the chick from American Ninja Warrior? What they signed?
I don't know.
Hold on, I think so.
By the way, I saw your text.
She was from American Ninja Warrior.
Okay. So, talking about
she's
NXT,
very athletic.
Talking about NXT names, what do you think about Donovan Dijak?
You mean Chris Dijak?
Excuse me, yeah, Chris Dijak.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't seen him on TV yet.
Yes, we did. We saw him this week.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, so this week's match was Christopher and Ricochet.
I haven't seen NXT this week. I just saw I saw that flip all over Twitter. That flip was fucking
phenomenal. Yeah, so she has the Ninja Warrior background. Nice. Yeah. I'm trying to think of NXT names with a ton of promise. You know what's the first name that comes to mind?
Who?
Dakota Kai.
No.
I think she's Dakota. You don't think Dakota Kai has a lot of promise?
Not the way they've been booking her. They made her look like such a dweeb.
Oh, well, I mean, you got to make anyone that's going up against fucking what's her name look like a dweeb.
No, they're gonna keep Nikki Cross looking strong.
Yeah, she also has a lot of potential.
Yeah, but I mean, you've also got other guys down there like old Gunner. Well, he's not Gunner anymore. He's Chad Lale from TNA.
Yeah, there's so
he's been down there for a long time as well, not being used on television.
There are so many guys that used to be so prominent in NXT. Like, God, what was it? Wesley Blake?
Yeah, he's in a tag team with Steve Coulter. They're the Forgotten Sons. They were supposed to be in the Dusty Classic, and they got taken out.
So how excited are you for this UK tournament?
Pretty, actually.
Because so when did the tournament, like the first round of tournaments, start?
June 8th, 9th, and 10th during the NXT live events at the Download Festival. But I do believe that the Drew Gulak Jack Gallagher match, spoiler alert, has already been filmed with Gallagher winning.
Ooh.
It was filmed. They did some sort of a match between the two at the last set of TV tapings, and I believe from what I heard that the graphic was on the screen for the tournament.
Nice. Bobby 0327, his thoughts on, I don't know how to say her name, Shirai?
Io Shirai.
Io Shirai going to WWE. Holy fuck, I'm excited. So she was supposed to be around for the women's tournament
last year,
but a injury left her unable to compete.
No, not an injury. They found a heart condition.
Oh fuck, that's right.
So her and Kairi Sane, at the time Kairi Hojo, were contacted around the same time, October 2016. During this time, they both were iffy on if they wanted to leave Japan and come to the WWE. So Rachel Buck, $2 super chat donation. Thank you. Says Sanity versus Bludgeon Brothers at SummerSlam. Possible. Anyways, back to Io Shirai.
Thank you.
So Io Shirai, right before WrestleMania in Orlando, she came to America. She worked out at the Performance Center for a week, and apparently she didn't like it.
Could you imagine not liking it?
She was just like, I don't know about this. You know, they wanted her to do things that she typically doesn't do, and they wanted her to be more WWE style. She went back to Japan. People thought she was going to stay in Stardom, and then she contacted the WWE back and says, okay, if you want me, I'll sign. So she came, Pittsburgh, did her medicals, and when she was there, they found a slight heart condition. WWE pulled their offer. She went back to Japan. Within a month or two, she went and saw her doctors there. They told her she's fine. So now, WWE has offered her another deal. We don't know when she's going to come into the WWE again. She does have to go through all the medicals, but Stardom has said that her final date with them is June 17th. She's going to be in 2 different matches. I think one's a singles match. I could be wrong on that. And the other is a 1 versus 8 gauntlet match.
That's awesome. She's such a phenomenal wrestler. She's
Apparently,
so young.
About 8 years ago, and she's only 28 years old.
She's so young.
Apparently, her and Asuka, formerly Kana, were a tag team back in the day, and they don't get along.
Oh, man. That sucks.
Well, there's plenty of people that have to work together in different companies that don't get along. You just got to be professional about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like she's coming to the main roster right away anyways. They're going to put her in the Mae Young Classic. Probably she won't. That'll probably be her debut, just like Kairi Sane was last year. Like, it's actually kind of perfect. You had Kairi Sane as the big Japanese female that came in last year, and now you have Io Shirai this year as the big Japanese female that you can promote.
I like it.
Whether she wins or not, I don't know, because...
we're talking about we're talking about, something classic. Looking back on the Cruiserweight Classic, holy fuck did I wish WWE would have, or at least Zack Sabre Jr. would have signed.
He didn't want to be locked down.
I don't blame him.
Same thing with Kota Ibushi, which is weird because Kota Ibushi said that he wasn't wanting to sign with anybody, and then he ended up signing with New Japan.
My favorite thing is Kota Ibushi turned down WWE to do fucking flips off a goddamn fucking anything he could flip off of. Literally, he flipped
shooting fireworks.
Shooting fireworks off of a fucking boat, off of a raft, off of a fucking vending machine. It's phenomenal.
So,
Bobby0327 genuinely excited for Joe Hendry appearing in Impact. God, I'm excited.
I know some people were asking why he wasn't going to be in the WWE UK tournament, and there's that reason he's going to Impact. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what his deal with Impact is as far as.
No, it's just it's the same as when all those wrestlers out here in the Bay when they did Cali Combat.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's going to be just doing the one show or if there maybe got plans for him more. But I do know that he also took part in the ITV World of Sport tapings that's going to be airing soon in the UK as well.
Right.
Well, that's another reason why WWE didn't get him, because he signed with them.
And if you guys do want to see our interview with Joe Hendry, I will spam it right here in the chat. We did get the chance to talk to Joe Hendry, which was fucking awesome. Joe Hendry's such a cool guy. So
Let's
nice.
take a call.
Why not? We haven't done that in a while.
All right. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim. Hey, Nick.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, I have a question. Who do you think, since you know that Brock Lesnar won't be around very much, who do you think that he drops the belt to?
I mean, assumably it's going to be whoever wins the Money in the Bank, so I guess that's kind of a question of who's winning Money in the Bank.
Not necessarily if we go off of the notion that someone from SmackDown is winning the men's Money in the Bank.
That's a good point.
Wait, I would say Braun or Roman.
Well, yeah, it would be one of them. I mean, my fantasy scenario would be Seth losing the IC title and then challenging Brock.
No.
I think Seth just needs to be. I think Seth just needs to be the guy.
No. No, you guys are fools.
Why?
Seth deserves everything. He is amazing.
Right, Seth.
No, I wouldn't say deserves, because I hate when they say wrestlers deserve things, especially in WWE.
Thank you, Nicole, for the $5. Hey guys, just want to tell you everything is set. Oh, okay, we'll talk about it at the end. look, I get that Seth is good, but gee golly, someone's got to legitimize that fucking IC title, which has bounced around since fucking, I don't know what, after Roman had it. It just feels like after The Miz dropped it, it's like, you guys really got to hunker down with this belt. Please,
Right.
for the love of God. And I think Seth's going to be the guy to do it. And I don't mind if he dual wields the championships. I don't mind if he does that, because then that, automatically legitimizes it. You don't think you should dual wield the belts? Really?
No, they did that a couple years ago with the U.S. title and the WWE Championship, and it really only lasted a month.
Yeah, that's true.
But how long do you think that that Seth keeps the belt before it's like legitimate?
I give it
Like-
6 months. 6 months with
So
the
he's
IC
had about
title.
2.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
had it
he's had
for
about
about
2.
So give him
Coming up
let
on
him hold
2.
it for about 4 more months. Drop it to fuck, who should he drop it to?
Freaking,
Jinder.
I'd say
If
Chad.
he's not,
I'd say Chad Gable, but that ain't ever gonna happen.
if he's not,
I love Gable.
if he's not Universal Champion, Finn. If not Finn, Elias.
I could see Elias winning it pretty soon, actually.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your call, buddy. We appreciate it. Have a good night, man.
Me too.
Thanks, man. Is Brock having a match at Midby? No. Why would
No.
he? It's Brock fucking Lesnar. He can do what he wants
I
when
mean,
he
he
wants.
might be at Elimination Chamber or Extreme Rules. Haven't heard his status for Extreme Rules, but I would assume he'd at least be at SummerSlam.
You know, Alex, you say have Seth drop it to Finn and Seth challenges Brock. I don't think that should happen because theoretically, if Seth drops that IC title, becomes Universal Champion, then you can go at that point. If Brock's not around anymore because his contract's up and he's not re-signing, then you can finally get fucking your Finn Balor feud for his Universal title back. Because he can say, hey, I never lost that belt, so I still get a fucking rematch, so let's fight, pussy boy.
Well, that's his whole thing of, I need to win Money in the Bank so I can get that contract and get my Universal title back.
He doesn't, though, because he could just ask for his rematch.
Yeah, like Cody Rhodes did. Cody Rhodes just walked onto ROH TV last week and said, hey, I haven't got my rematch from December when I lost the title. I'm putting myself in this match.
Goddamn. Bothers me so much. Tim!
Nick!
Do you know we have a Patreon?
Yes. We plugged it
If
at the
you
beginning of
guys-
the show.
If you guys didn't know, some people weren't around for the beginning of the show. Jeez Louise.
Did you know? Now you do.
Yeah. No? Well, now you do. You can check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/PWUnlimited. You can enjoy things like, why don't we go over to the Patreon itself, and I'll tell you guys what you can get. Where I'm loading it up on air. So for $1, you get access to some patron-only polls. You can submit questions for the Wednesday for these streams. You can submit questions for these streams because Tim and I didn't run out of ideas for what to talk about today, and he didn't text me. Fuck, we're at 35 minutes and already fucking sucking wind.
Hey, I got more stuff to talk about. Sort of.
I thought we were wrapping it up here, to be honest
Oh.
with you. So you see how we have these lower thirds? We have like Strong Style Brand. We got all those cool things. Well, we're gonna have an entire section dedicated to just you guys, to our patrons, with your name scrolling across it, all that fun stuff. And you can also vote on things for like classic match commentary and Nick's hot take. $5, you get monthly bonus shows with guest fans. Might be a wrestler, might be another YouTuber, might be one of you guys, might just be Tim and I. And you get all the other stuff from the $1. $10, get early access to all of our non-news videos, so anything like Nick's hot takes, classic match commentary, any future shows that we do that aren't time-sensitive like news, you'll get those 24 hours early and all the other rewards. And for $25, you can take a little video, you can send us a text block, you can do what you want to do as a little shout-out. If you got a question, or if you just want to say something, or you got your own hot take that you want to throw at us, you can do that. You get a nice little patron-only shirt and everything else. That's patreon.com/PWUnlimited. Tim, where the fuck has been the link into wrestling?
Well,
Did you die for one
no,
day?
I just missed a week. You know what happened.
Hey,
with
yeah,
my
whatever
week.
happened with that? Good things or bad things?
I'll tell you later. It ain't no good. Anyways, also,
Also,
did you know
probably.
we're on Pro Wrestling Tees?
Ooh.
And Pro Wrestling Tees, I think it's this Friday, the 1st, June 1st, whenever day that is. From June 1st to June 4th, if you buy 5 items, they'll give you 25% off for their 5th anniversary sale.
you
June
kidding me?
1st through June 4th.
Are you
Go
kidding
over
me?
there, you pick up some Pro Wrestling Unlimited shirts. You could pick up some, anybody shirts, other YouTubers, other wrestlers, and whatnot.
I highly recommend. First of all, you're gonna pick up one of our shirts. Highly recommend that. But after you pick up one of our shirts, go look at Johnny Gargano's store. He has some really cool shirts on there.
Yeah.
He has some really cool shirts. I really dig them.
Again, if you go from the 1st through the 4th, then you will be able to get 25% off if you order 5 items or more.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty neat. Nikon says when the whole podcast is a plug. It is a plug.
Hey.
It is. This whole podcast, the whole point of the Wednesday show is just a plug. That's it. It's not a real show. We're not even real. This is all pre-recorded.
So
we're not even live right now.
One of the last things I want to talk about was the Ring of Honor Best of the World show coming up. They did announce the 2 big matches that are going to be taking place on that show. Like I did say earlier, Cody will be getting his rematch for the ROH World Championship. It'll be a triple threat match. It'll be Dalton Castle defending against Cody and Marty Scurll. So initially, it was supposed to be Marty Scurll as the challenger with Dalton Castle defending, and then Cody comes out on television and says, "Hey, I'm changing this. I'm reinstating my rematch clause. I want to get my title back." Now think about this: Cody won the title last year at Best in the World, and now they're coming back to Best in the World. So, anyways, so then you think, okay, they just kicked Marty to the curb. Well, they go to ROH TV this week, and they say, no, Marty's not kicked to the curb. It's now a triple threat for the title. So that's got promise. I know one reason they're probably doing this is because I think Dalton Castle is dealing with a back injury. So doing a triple threat frees him up to be able to do a little less.
Right, which is always nice.
Right, and then the other
Dalton Castle's been really working his ass off lately.
Yeah. And then the other big match that they did announce, I think it was just yesterday, the Young Bucks will be challenging the Briscoes for the tag titles. Dem boys.
Dem boys.
So I think that's going to ramp up to be a pretty good show. Can't remember the exact date. I should have known that before talking about it, but
TVP83 says, "Hey Tim and Nick, who wins the NBA Finals?" Couldn't give a shit. It's going to be the Warriors. It's going to be the Warriors, but who gives a shit?
So all right, so to close it out, Nick, you got something you wanted to talk about?
Do I?
Something you wanted to plug, charity-wise.
Do I? Oh, I thought you were going to cover that.
No.
You son of a bitch.
I mean, you're the one corresponding more.
Well, let me pull it up here since I wasn't prepared. I didn't know I was going to be the one doing it. I'm trying to read through to see how I can sum it up very easily.
Right.
I
mean, unless she just wants to call in and she wants to talk about it for a minute or two, a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Nicole, if you're listening,
and
you would like to plug your, I guess, charity event, call in. Because basically, I'll read what she wrote here.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, the Food for Families auction is set to begin May 26th or I think the date was changed actually. Hold on. June 2nd. Start on June 2nd.
June 2nd. So they made it's a little bit of a charity event.
Right.
Natalia and Bret Hart made some plates, and it helps kids out.
Right.
For those of you that don't know, Nicole's mom is a teacher, and it's for her school. It's really cool. There's a website as well that we will link. That we'll link down here in the chat section. I will pull it up from Twitter here real quick.
Nicole, is this you?
Yes, it is.
What's going on?
Not bad. How are you guys tonight?
Pretty good.
Good. So you have something that you want to plug to us.
Pretty cool sounding charity event.
Yeah, so my mom, who is a grade 5 teacher for the past 3 years, has been doing a charity event with her students called Food for Families. So basically, she gets local artists, celebrities, musicians, all the different artistries to come into her class and paint a plate with one of her students, and all the money gets auctioned off for Money Food Regina District Food Bank for their summer program to help feed the kids who are dependent on school breakfast and lunches throughout the summer because they don't have access to it. So last year and this year, my mom reached out to Natalia to see if she'd be willing to paint a plate, and she did last year, and she actually did this year also. And then she also reached out to Bret Hart this year, and he also agreed to paint a plate. So the plates will be, and hopefully you guys can provide the link for them.
Putting it in right now.
But the auction is starts this Saturday. It's 1 week. And please pay special attention to the title because that's what time the auction will end. But what's also really cool, and I want to plug my mom's plate because it's my mom's plate. My mom has a very special relationship with the Hart family. She's known them for over 30 years. And last year she did the Hart House. And this year she decided to do the 5 members of the Hart Foundation. So, of course, Bret, Owen, Davey Boy Smith, Brian Pillman, and the Anvil. And it turned out really, really amazing. So if you guys are interested, all the money goes to an amazing charity. And what's really nice is that with this project, it's not just helping the community, but it's also teaching the kids so many different things. It's helping with their religion studies because the charity is based off of making a difference, which was a subject in religion. But it's also helping with their English. It is helping with their social skills because some of the kids who are the most self-conscious and nervous kids truly bloom in this because they really get to interact with someone who they can look up to. So it's a really amazing charity, and it's a really cool thing to do. So
awesome. Sounds great.
That's my plug.
Yeah, sounds great. I got the link in the chat. Link is also in the description for anybody that's watching this on replay and not here in the live chat. It is Food for Families. Again, the link is in the description.
Thank you, Nicole, for hopping on and plugging.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Always love to help out people and whatnot and charities and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah, and I do want to I want to put one more thing in.
Sure.
Because we want to earn as much money as possible for the food bank, we're going to try not to do any PayPal. If you are outside of Canada, it's going to be a little bit hard, but hopefully if you guys are inside Canada, we're trying to do more by online transaction instead of going through PayPal because PayPal takes 10% of funds. So we want to try and avoid that as much as possible so we can help feed more kids during the summer.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks a lot, Nicole, and we hope you get some lovely people. Have a good night, man.
Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And like she said, you can donate from anywhere in the world, so you don't just have to be in Canada. Just click that link. Be some friendos. Be nice. With that, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the PWUnlimited podcast. Is it called the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast or the
PWUnlimited podcast?
PWUnlimited podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at PW_Armstrong. You can also find us on Twitter at PWUnlimited and right here on YouTube. Tim, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram at TimmyBuddy. I think my Instagram's actually TimmyBuddy89.
Like 69.
Well, no, it's the year I was born, buddy. Anyways, so yeah, you can follow us there. Also, go check out our good pals over at Fightful.
Fightful? God damn, did Jimmy Van and Sean Ross Sapp have a fight today, and they look like an old married couple.
If you guys need your fix of pro wrestling, MMA, boxing news, you like the UFC, you like Bellator, you like the WBC, go check them out. You can find them on Fightful.com. You can find them on Twitter at Fightful Online, at Fightful Wrestling, at Fightful Boxing, at Fightful MMA. Go check them out. They've always got great stuff. Sean Ross Sapp is always working his butt off to get new stuff out there every single day. He's live basically 5 days a week at least.
Oh yeah,
doing live shows, whether it's pro wrestling or MMA or boxing related. He's got some sort of a live show almost every day of the week. I think weekends is when he takes the live off, and there's a pay-per-view. Or UFC pay-per-view or WWE. Anyways, they're always working hard. Probably harder than we do, but hey, it's all good.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks a lot, guys, over at Fightful. And thanks a lot for the guys and girls in the show today. We appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good night. And remember, make sure to always grip your consensual penis.
Damn.